There were two significant events in my life in which God's presence and words spoke to me directly. And I'll let you know what He told me. And I want you to let me know in the comments if this has ever happened to you too, or something similar. My dad was ill for many years, and he suffered greatly with this illness. I don't want to go into too much detail because if he were here, he probably wouldn't want me to tell everything. But I watched him suffer for many years. And as strong as he was, as much of a provider as he was, and a wonderful dad and father to me and my siblings, and husband to my mom, it was hard for him. He suffered from kidney failure and had to be on dialysis for many years. As he was suffering through this, one day he was in the hospital with my mom, and I was at home with my grandmother and her nurse. I remember it like it was yesterday. I was in the kitchen making a sandwich, and the nurse was, I believe, in the living room with my grandmother. And as I was putting the sandwich on the plate, a voice came in my head that said, and these were the exact words, "This time, he's not coming home." And when the voice said, "This time, he's not coming home," just to give a little background to that, my dad had been in the hospital in and out a lot of times in my life because of kidney failure. But he was always that warrior. He was always that one that I knew that he would come home. So this time shouldn't have been different than all the other times, right? So when that voice came in my head and said, "This time he's not coming home," I didn't believe it. I immediately dismissed it, and it was not my own voice that said it in my own head. And I know that sounds crazy, but it was God preparing me for what was to come. And to not go into too much detail about it, but it wasn't too long after that he did pass away. And just 6 months later, my grandmother was now in the hospital. And me and my mom were on just outside of her hospital room trying to get some rest because we'd been there all week because she was just very, very ill at that point. And my mom was finally able to get some rest, and I was just on my phone scrolling when my mom suddenly jumped out of her sleep and dashed into the hospital room without anyone calling her, without the nurses tapping her, nothing like that. And it was in those moments that I followed my mom into the room and my grandmother was taking her last breaths. So for me, this goes to show that God was preparing me for dramatic changes in my life. And He was truly close and is always close to the brokenhearted. And He truly speaks to us in so many ways. So let me know how He's spoken to you. In a video right here, right there, He's proven to me that He's real. So check it out. I'll see you there.